Hey, 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 welcome to Wake Up and Makeup. It is Jennifer Woolsey, your resident makeup tutorial guide today, and we are going to do a little test about which makeup applicator is best. So I've been hearing all this rage about the difference in a sponge and a brush. And I didn't quite have a brush in my portfolio that I thought would meet the standard. So I just got this in. I ordered it off of Amazon. It's a DU Care brush. It's a little bit of a tighter, shorter bristle. So the bristles, like this is my powder brush. A lot shorter compared to a powder brush. And they're a lot more compact. Now for my powder foundation, I already use one that's a shorter, tighter, compact, but I wanted to try something a little bit bigger for my liquid. So you're here to help me decide which is best. I've already gone in and done all of my skincare regimen. I'm using the Knox Ultimate in the Rejuvenating Face Cream, Eye Serum, and Day Cream. And so it's all done. And I've primed with our VDL Satin Primer. You guys know it's my go-to now, and I'm in love with it. Okay, are we ready to get started? Let's go. So we are going to use our Cashmere Complexion in shade Buttercream today. This liquid foundation is a long wear. My hair is like all over the place. It is a long wear 24-hour foundation. It's going to easily compete with like your Estee Lauder All Day Long. I don't have a lot of oiliness coming from it, and it truly will last all day long. I'm taking it off at night. It's not still there. Okay, so just kind of put some different pieces on my face. Now on the right side, I think we're going to do the left side, we're going to do the Beauty Blender. And this is something I normally do. Hey, Amanda, good morning. This is something I normally use, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. And I'm just going to cover the left side of my face. How are you this morning? What do you have going on? Are you at work? And what do you use to apply your foundation? Are you a brush user or are you a Beauty Blender user? What do you prefer to use? Okay. I think we've got that pretty well blended in. Looking good. Okay. Let's go in on the other side with this brush. So I'm just doing like circular motions, or you could even do like more of a pushing motion like you do with the Beauty Blender. I don't know. I may be sold. I may be sold on, I should have went with the darker shade so that you could have seen more of a difference. I don't know. I'm kind of sold on the brush. I think it definitely, this side looks a lot smoother than this side that I use the Beauty Blender on. What do you think? The brush side or the Beauty Blender side? Which one are you liking more? I'm going to do a little different kind of test. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade. This is Cashmere Complexion in shade Custard. I'm going to do a different kind of test. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. Let's see. We're going to use the Beauty Blender and go over. And maybe time to go up a shade in my... Okay. So we're going to go a little bit darker shade and see if you guys can tell the difference with that. I'm at work. Use the cushion. Oh, yes. Now that Ruby Cell Puff and the Cushion Foundation is amazing. It does amazing wonders for your face. Okay, so we went back over with a darker color on that side. I've got it on my hand. I'm going to use the brush, and I'm just going to do the little pouncing motions. What we may find is that the brush is going to get you more of a fuller coverage. Okay, let me get this darker shade on good, and I'm going to let you guys compare and see what you think. Okay. think we're blended pretty well. Yes, I'm just in love with this blush side, or the brush side. Okay, so beauty blender or brush? Which side do you think blended it into my skin better? I just feel like this is way more coverage on this side. That is crazy, the difference. Okay, let's go on with our next steps and we'll kind of see how it works with everything else. We're using Cashmere Complexion in shade Matcha for our concealer. Oh yeah, I love it when I find something that works. How about you guys? Do you get excited? I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Okay, got our concealer on. I always look like a clown in this stage. Went a little bit deep on that. Now I'm gonna blend this out with my finger. You can use a beauty blender to do the blending with your concealer too. Okay. I just think it blends so beautifully on that brush side. Now let's see how our eyes look on the sponge side. It's just amazing how one tool can totally change the way that your makeup goes on. And the fact of the matter is, sometimes it doesn't even matter what the makeup is, what the brand is. We're gonna do Glow and Fix Mist. Spread a little on my hand. I'm gonna pat a little under my eyes. This is the trick for mature eyes to keep your concealer from setting in on your cracks. Nobody wants no cracky concealer. So I'm gonna let that dry. Y'all think the brush side looks better too? Okay, it's not just me. It just looks like a fuller coverage. I'm loving it. I love when I find something that works better. Okay, now I'm gonna take my powder brush and my Magix dust powder, and where that setting spray was tapped in, I'm just gonna loosely just kind of put my setting powder in that area. Now, for you younger people who don't have as mature eyes as me, you could easily bake with this setting powder. You could really press it in and bake and get that flawless under eye look. I just think with more mature eyes, baking is definitely a little bit trickier. So, okay, with the setting powder, what are we still going for the brush side? What are you thinking? Brush, concealer, or sponge? I don't know, guys. I really like the brush side. Brush. I can't talk this morning. Brush side. So let's finish our tutorial this morning. Let's get it all done. We are going to go in now with our Tattoo Station eye pencil, maybe, if I can find it. It seems that one of my children may have walked off with my Tattoo Station brow pencil. That's okay. We've got our brow pomade. We can do it real quick. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? I've never figured out a blender brush. What I basically did, Sandra, was I just kind of did that pushing motion, just like this, all around my face, and kind of moved it around. Instead of I didn't do circular motions. I did just a pushing motion and just pushed it in instead, because I've used a blending brush before, and I have done circular motions and did not feel like it gave me good coverage. Okay, so I'm going to use the other end. Ooh, girl. I may need to go down a shade. Just got to be very light on your hands with this pomade. Here we go. We're just filling it in. Girls got brows. I'm going to use that spindle end and kind of brush it up just to separate it out just a little bit. Okay. Let's go in on the other side and get these babies matching. You could easily do your brows, do your foundation, do a little bit of powder, a little bit of blush, mascara, and be out the door. You know, that's the thing. I think I keep getting comments from people like, I don't have time to do all of this makeup in the mornings. How do you have time to do all of it? Well, first, I have already got all my other stuff done. But I think the more that you play with your makeup, the more that you... Okay, that one's not quite as bold. Let's do one more dip. The more that you get comfortable with your application process, the better and quicker that you are at it. I've been doing makeup for a long, long time. Okay. Yay, I think we're matching. They're not twins, but they're sisters. That's all that matters. Okay, let's do some Monopop in shade browns and do a eye. Again, another tricky thing I've learned for mature eyes is that I'm going to go a little bit higher on my crease bone with these two darker shades. I'm going to kind of make a faux crease for myself, because if I don't, it basically looks like I don't have any eyeshadow on, because when I close my eyes, when I open my eyes, I have such a hooded eye. So I'm using a smaller brush for this, and I'm picking up these two darker colors. I'm going to do a little bit of an arrow down here. Okay. And we're going to go a little bit higher over here. And I'm just working it back and forth. The trick to any makeup application is not the brand of the brush. It is the technique of the brush. I mean, yeah, there's probably crappy made brushes, but if you have a fairly decent made brush, if you will just work it back and forth and lower on the brush, not right up next to it, it's going to make it heavier. If you'll do it lower and just kind of work it back and forth, I'm going to make that little angle there. Yes. Yes, girl. I can see those eyes popping. Okay. Let's go in now with our fluffier blending brush. And what color shall we pull? Let's pull this one and this one together. It's going to be pretty. We're just going to put that in to this part, and I'm going to blend it up into that crease, because nobody wants to look like you've got eye makeup on from the 80s when it's not blended. And when I say blended, I'm just kind of going back and forth. Girl, girl, let's go in and put just a lighter shade on this crease underneath that brow. I did not mean to go for full face today, but hey, if it's working, you go with it, right? I'm just taking this lighter shade right here, kind of highlighting under that brow bone and pulling it down into that area of my eye that tends to be a little bit darker. Okay, SuperExtend liquid liner. We're going to line these eyes. Here we go. So let me know in the comments, do you like a bold eye look, or do you typically go with a more muted, more subtle look? What is your preferred eye look? I don't know if you guys can see this in the camera because of how my lighting is, but on the side that I use the brush on, my pores look so much better than the side that I use the Beauty Blender on. So that is definitely a win for the brush, is the difference in how my pores look. So that is an ongoing battle for me that I'm treating and working on. But for some reason, once I hit 40, it's like my pores like expanded. It was like, you're 40, here you go, bam! And they just expanded like crazy. And I'm like, what the heck happened? It was Pore City. So I'm having to go back and treat those. But with that brush, it definitely blends better and the pores just look smoother. I like it. My daughter takes any color and knocks it out though. Hey, you need to do some tutorials with her. Let her teach us. I could play with different colors, and I should do that more than I normally do. I'm just a brown nudes girl. I would say maybe a date night. Yeah, this is a date night look, Amanda. If you're looking for, you know, different occasions. I don't know that this would be an everyday wear. We're going to love on our lashes with the Love Mascara. I should have told y'all that. I'm using the regular one, not the waterproof. I kind of go back and forth every other day. Some days I do the waterproof, some days I do this. The waterproof really stays on, and so I have to work to get it off at night. And so I definitely don't want to damage my lashes. What is going on over here? There we go. There we go. All right. Let's do some Queen Carnation in our Love blush. And let's see how this blends with the pores with the brush. Okay, just doing a little kiss of color on the cheeks. I really went bold on the eyes, so I don't want to overpower with too much on the cheeks. We're going to do the Love and Fairy Delilah, or what's it? Yes, Madeline, we need you to do some makeup tutorials for us. This is our highlighter. I'm just going on top of those cheeks, just gently, a little kiss. Doing a little bit down the nose. I'm going to put a little bit on that lip area for those Kim Kardashian lips. You know, we all need some Kim Kardashian lips. I just got a new 2-in-1 lip tattoo in shade Nude. So we're going to play with these lips just a minute and give them more of a voluptuous look. I'm going to go above my lip line, okay? Just where the shadows of your lip are. I'm just going underneath. I have no idea whether this is bad or not. Madeline, we need you to teach us some makeup tutorials on blending bold colors. Okay. So I'm going above the line. Can y'all see that? I don't know, this color is kind of hard to see again. I'm going to put a little bit more focus here on this Cupid's bow. You're getting all my tricks in one day. This is how we, how you get voluptuous lips without a needle. Okay, so these are two-sided. So that is the liner side. I'm going to use the filler side, and I'm just going to bring that color up. And pull it down. Don't leave me yet. We're not done here. Okay. Now I'm going to do the two-tone in Beige Effect lipstick. Okay, y'all ready for this? One more. We're gonna use the tint bar in I believe this is the Coral tint bar. So there we go. We have the Kim Kardashian lips. We have the bold eye look. We have a little bit of color on those cheeks. The eyes are concealed and kind of mature baked. And we're ready to tackle the day. So thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. Share this video, like this video, comment on this video what you think about these makeup tips. And if you want to get help with color matching or any of the things that I shared today, you can do so on your avon.com/jwoolsey or shop with your local Avon representative. So thank you so much for getting ready and have a beautiful day. Bye guys.